Your virtual tours are amazing. I don't know how the heck you do it. I didn't know what to expect, but the two I've been on were phenomenal.
That
How you
takes
do it.
us through the Art Deco period in the 1920s and 30s. That picture there is a building we're actually going to be visiting at the end of this tour. And so if he had had it his way, probably all of Chicago would have ended up looking like this, because he used the White City's design as a way to show people what his perfect city would look like. And down in the right, and you've heard that it was called the White City because most of those buildings were whitewashed. But Louis Sullivan's transportation building was actually famously very, very colorful, because if the walls are pressurized and holding that weight up, you can't have huge plate glass windows because they're going to crack. And so when you take that weight from the walls and instead hang it on an interior metal frame, it means you can have much bigger windows, which means much more natural light inside your spaces and much greater airflow. And it's kind of fun that postmodernism is really the opposite of modernism in this way. Modernism doesn't need its context to make sense. It can go anywhere in the world, right? But postmodernism needs its context to make sense. So here's an example. Nowadays, now with the advent of the internet, everything is shared very, very differently. If you go and visit some temple in Sri Lanka, you can take a picture of it and send it to me, and I can be inspired by it here in Chicago and come up with my own building. And so ideas don't get passed around the same way. But one of the cool things about Art Deco buildings, they don't have a theme all the time, but I would say about half the time at least, there is a theme to their details. And if you know the theme, it'll make all the details come out and make sense. Well, just like how we saw in the front of the building, it is celebrating the Board of Trade's beginnings as a grains exchange. And so on the left, and you have the bundled tube construction, if you go to any other side of the building at that height, you're going to look out onto more buildings sticking out below you. This is the tallest side where you're going straight down. And of course, this is right on the Mag Mile. And so what do you come to the Mag Mile for? People visit the Mag Mile to go shopping and to enjoy the crowds, right? They're not usually going to be looking at stuff like this. So I like to point out stuff like this on my tours. Now, if you've never been inside, I thought it would be fun to show you guys what that interior looks like. And